Hey everybody, it's Jack with Iconic Adventures. Join me as we take a full ship tour of all the public spaces on Royal Caribbean's Utopia of the Seas. But first, let me invite you to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and share this video with your fellow cruisers. The 5,668 passenger, 18-deck high Utopia of the Seas debuted in July of 2024 as the world's second largest cruise ship. It is the sixth and largest of Royal Caribbean's Oasis Class, and it's only smaller than Royal Caribbean's Icon of the Seas, and will only drop to being the third largest cruise ship in the world when the second Icon class ship, Star of the Seas, launches in 2025. As with all the Oasis class ships, Utopia of the Seas features individual neighborhoods, that is 8 distinct areas on different decks, each with its own unique vibe. This layout makes it easier to find your way around and help spread passengers throughout this enormous ship. So come on, let's check it out. We're going to start at the very top of the ship and we'll work our way down to the bottom, checking out all the public spaces along the way. At the very top of the ship on deck 18, we've got the water slides. There are 3 multi-story water slides, all of which twist and turn over Central Park 10 decks below. The water slides are known as the Perfect Storm, and they exit on deck 15 on the pool deck. The port side slides are the Cyclone and the Supercell that twist around each other. And on the starboard side, you've got the Supercell, which is like the toilet bowl. At the aft of the ship, on decks 18 and 17, you'll find the suite complex, and all of these areas are accessible by keycard only. On deck 17, you'll find the Coastal Kitchen. This restaurant is exclusive for guests in Grand Suites and above, as well as Pinnacle members. Adjacent to the Coastal Kitchen, you'll find the Suite Lounge. Guests staying in Grand Suite level rooms and higher enjoy access to this lounge, serving complimentary continental breakfast and evening drinks. And outside on the top level, we can see the Suite Sun Deck, and then the glassed-in area is the Coastal Kitchen. Back at the water slides, on deck 17, we've got a pretty cool sun deck that overlooks Central Park and the landing of the water slides and a couple of the pools. Also, this area is not well known, and so if you're looking for some comfortable seats just to kind of hang out and enjoy a beautiful day overlooking some pretty fun water slides and pools, this is a great place to hang out. And at one end of this sun deck, you'll find the Social 100. This is a laid-back place for teens to hang out. And while this area is exclusive for teens and is a very cool place, parents should understand that this part of the teen hangout area is not supervised by any Royal Caribbean staff. Heading down to deck 16, we've got the main part of the Social 100 Teen Club. This is for ages 13 through 17, although Royal Caribbean may on occasion make an exception for a 12-year-old with parental approval. This part of the area is supervised by Royal Caribbean staff when it's open. They will have games and activities and just offer an opportunity for the teens to come hang out and maybe meet some new friends. Near the Social 100 on deck 16, you've got the arcade. You'll find a lot of classic video games in here and other arcade style games. Please note that all of this comes at an additional charge. And so if your kid's room key is available for charges, they can just have a time. So keep that in mind. You may need to put some restrictions on that if your kid is allowed to charge things to their room key. And just around the corner from the arcade is El Loco Fresh. This is fast-serve Mexican buffet-style dining. Here you'll find burritos, tacos, quesadillas, carnitas, and more. They also have a large salsa bar with all the toppings you might want, including some pretty good guacamole. You'll also find a beverage station with typical complimentary beverages, as well as next to that one of the Coke machines. The Coke machines are an additional charge. But all the food at El Loco Fresh is complimentary. And conveniently located right next to El Loco Fresh, you've got Cantina Fresca. This is a Mexican-themed bar, and here you can get a variety of margaritas as well as some other classic Mexican cocktails. And from Cantina Fresca, heading towards the aft of the ship, you've got the Aqua Dunes. This is your classic miniature golf and good for kids as well as adults. The Flow Rider is a well-known activity on Royal Caribbean ships. It's good for just about all ages. The boogie board on your knees or stomach is pretty easy. Surfing is a little bit trickier, and if you just want to sit around and watch, it can be pretty entertaining as well. The sports court is a full-size basketball court. Here you can see it's set up for pickleball, and at different times of the day you'll find people out there playing soccer or having a game of basketball. Ping pong is located in the same area near the basketball court. Another activity near the Flow Rider in the back of the ship is the zip line. On the zip line you can fly from one end of the boardwalk to the other, suspended 9 decks in the air. This activity is complimentary and it is good for a wide range of ages. And also at the rear of the ship you've got the Utopia Playscape. The Playscape features a 39-foot tall climbable lighthouse, 3 dry slides, a ninja obstacle course, and buoy swings. The Wipeout Bar, located at the very back of the ship on Deck 16, serves the area around the Flow Rider and the Ultimate Abyss slide. It specializes in shaved ice cocktails. And looking off the back of the ship on Deck 16, you've got some nice seating area, as well as these little tables that are a miniature soccer game. The Ultimate Abyss is a 10-story high dry slide. It goes from Deck 16 all the way down to Deck 6 on the boardwalk. Midship on Deck 16 is a giant sun deck area overlooking the pool deck below. These little covered beds are called casitas, and they're available to rent by the day. But if you don't want to spend your money on a casita, there are a variety of other seating options. And there are a couple of large hot tubs that overlook the pools below. The Lime and the Coconut is a 2-level bar on decks 15 and 16 that has service on both levels. It's conveniently located right in the middle of all of the pools. Hook Seafood is located at the front of the ship. It's a specialty restaurant, so it does come at an additional charge. It serves classic New England seafood, including lobster, crab claws, fish, and East Coast oysters. There are lots of windows, and the large balcony area is overlooking the Solarium that's one deck below. Heading down one deck from Hooked, we've got the Solarium on deck 15. Right as you come in, there's a giant cantilevered hot tub off the side of the ship. And the Solarium is a massive space. You've got 3 decks of glass. It goes from one side of the ship to the other on a large chunk of the front of the ship. Probably my favorite place to hang out and chill and relax on a sea day. The Solarium is for ages 16 and over, and that helps keep the tranquility and the relaxed vibe that is going on in the Solarium. There's a variety of seating options. If you can snag one of those big round comfy chairs, that was definitely my favorite, but they do go pretty quick, so you want to get there and snag one in the morning. And in addition to the really large hot tub that was cantilevered off the side of the ship that we saw earlier, there are 2 more hot tubs in the main part of the Solarium. Here's some more seating area. This giant sofa sits directly in front of the Solarium bar and is a cool place to hang out in the evening, in particular when people are just getting some beverages from the bar and just enjoying the nighttime in the Solarium. The Solarium pool is not heated, but a cool place to hang out. It's got some nice views looking forward to the front of the ship. And again, here you can see how massive this space is. This space is fully enclosed and climate controlled, so it's comfortable no matter what the weather is on the outside. The interior glass windows that we see here is the Solarium Bistro, which will go inside in just a second. And the Solarium bar that we see right there will open up sometime late morning and then be open the rest of the day. The Solarium Bistro is a complimentary restaurant that's located right next to the Solarium. It's a great choice for breakfast if you want to get something quick without a lot of hassle and then have a really beautiful view at the front of the ship. It's going to have pretty much the same food choices as you would get in the big buffet, but it is a slightly smaller restaurant, so you're not going to have as many choices. You will have the same complimentary beverage options as you would in the main buffet. So this was one of our favorite options for breakfast. We tried it one night for dinner and didn't enjoy it as much due to the lack of variety that you had to choose from. And this seating area right here that's inside the Solarium was a really nice place to have a breakfast. The view bar is located on deck 15, just outside the Solarium. This bar offers beautiful panoramic views of the ocean, and at night, the colorful canopy comes to life even more. Splashaway Bay is a giant water playground for the kids. It integrates colorful sculptures around sprinklers, jets, and water cannons that they can use to soak each other. I love the giant water bucket that dumps on people every minute or so. You've got a choice of a few different water slides for them. This is just a giant area for them to play around and have a great time. Opposite Splashaway Bay on the other side of the ship, you've got the beach pool. The beach pool is a large pool and lounge chair area. Some of the water from the pool overflows up to the legs of the front row of the lounge chairs. The beach pool also includes one large hot tub. And in between Splashaway Bay and beach pool and the main pool area, you've got the 2-story lime and coconut bar. The lime and the coconut includes a full-service bar on both decks 15 and 16, as well as a lot of seating area on both those decks as well. The main pool area consists of 2 large pools located on both the port and starboard side of the ship. Each side has loungers that sit in the shallow water, as well as a tiered seating area that overlooks both pools. Because the DJ area as well as the live band area is on deck 16 overlooking the main pool area, this is the place to be for the sail away parties. Also located in this same area between all of the pools and Splashaway Bay is Sprinkles. This is where you go to get your soft serve ice cream. They've got vanilla, chocolate, and swirl. Located right next to the pool area on deck 15, you've got the Spare Tire. The Spare Tire is a quick service grab and go food truck. This is great if you need a quick snack but don't want to leave the pool area. And it is complimentary. The towel station is also located in this area. You do need to check out towels based on your cabin number each day, and you do need to return them or you may be charged. The mason jar was an interesting new concept. The restaurant is a classic Southern food style restaurant. It is not complimentary, so it is specialty dining that comes at an additional charge. The restaurant is open for brunch and dinner, and you do need a reservation. And next to the restaurant is a large bar, also part of the mason jar, that comes with a bandstand and some comfortable seating. And if you like country music, this is the place to come to. The Windjammer Marketplace is Royal Caribbean's primary buffet. The entrance has some casual seating for meeting up with friends and family. Don't forget to wash your hands, washy washy. The Windjammer is at the aft of the ship, and it wraps around the boardwalk area that's about 9 decks below. The food choices were extensive, almost too much really to describe. And there is one bar that's located inside the Windjammer. The complimentary drink stations were interesting because they offered this no-touch technology where you just placed your hand in front of the screen and then it poured your drink. Heading on down to deck 14, we're actually back in the Solarium at the lower level. There's a fantastic seating area looking straight off the front of the ship, as well as a couple of small lounge pools that are really shallow where you can sit in a lounge chair. And looking back up, we can see the Solarium pool as well as the larger area of the Solarium. Adventure Ocean is the indoor play area that is dedicated to the kids, and it is complimentary for ages 3 through 12. The Play Place is an unsupervised area where parents can bring their kids for a little playtime. All of the other areas in the Adventure Ocean complex are secured and supervised by Royal Caribbean staff. Adventure Ocean Babies is for ages 6 months to 3 years, and this does come at an additional charge. And then the rest of the space is dedicated to the kids ages 3 through 12, and this space is huge. Giovanni's Italian Kitchen is an Italian specialty restaurant located on decks 11 and 12, serving lunch and dinner. And you might even see a pop-up piano player on your way in. There's a large bar and casual seating area as you enter the restaurant. Giovanni's is definitely serving your classic Italian food like chicken parmigiana, lasagna, and homemade pizzas. And it is a 2-story restaurant with some really interesting views out the back of the ship towards the boardwalk. And if the weather is really nice, there's a really nice balcony seating area that's actually outside. A couple of decks below Giovanni's, we've got the Music Hall. The Music Hall is a 2-story music and dancing lounge that spans decks 8 and 9. On the lower level, you've got a large seating area that's pointed towards the dance floor and the stage. And upstairs, there's another bar, a pool table, some casual seating, and then some bar stools that overlook the stage below. And as a music venue, this venue is primarily going to host rock music. So as you can see, this was the Led Zeppelin tribute band. But they weren't the only band to play in this venue. There was also another band that did more 80s and 90s pop hits. On deck 8, midship, we've got Central Park. Central Park is a tranquil public space that combines nature and the cruise life. A great place for relaxing, shopping, fine dining, or for just strolling around, and full of living plants and trees. There are benches and small tables and chairs that beckon the passengers to sit and relax and just enjoy the beauty of the park. You can also chill out with a beverage from the Trellis Bar or enjoy a meal at one of the specialty restaurants that's in the park. Or maybe find some specialty music that's going on in the evening. Or maybe sit down and have a quick game of backgammon or chess. Another unique aspect of Central Park is its use as an outdoor music venue. The Park Cafe is a casual dining, walk-up gourmet market with a little something for everyone. There are a number of items that are grab and go, but you can also have something custom made right in front of you. And this restaurant is complimentary. And of course, you've got the option to sit inside the Park Cafe or outside in Central Park. The Trellis Bar is the primary bar that serves Central Park. And as the name indicates, it blends in nicely with the rest of the park. Chops Grill is Royal Caribbean's popular signature steakhouse. This is specialty dining, so it is an additional charge. It features grade A premium cuts of steak cooked to your specifications, plus some fresh seafood choices, hearty side dishes, and some signature desserts, all in an upscale contemporary setting. And being located inside Central Park, it gives diners the option to sit inside or outside in the park area. $150 Central Park is Royal Caribbean's fancy fine dining restaurant. If you're looking to impress that special someone, this might be a good choice. It should be a meal and experience that you two will never forget. Izumi in the Park is a quick service walk-up window where you can go up and get a little sushi or maybe a little dessert and enjoy it in the park. And right next door is the main Izumi restaurant. It has one side that's hibachi and the other side is sushi. Both of these are specialty restaurants and you do need a reservation. And as with any hibachi restaurant, unless you have a really big party, you should assume that you'll be seated with other guests at your table. And the non-hibachi side of Izumi does offer the option of seating indoor or outdoor. And there's a little bit of shopping located in Central Park. Most of the rest of the shops are going to be located on Deck 5 on the Royal Promenade. Moving down to Deck 6 on the front of the ship, we've got the Vitality at Sea Spa and Fitness Center. The spa has a very welcoming entrance area that also serves as a waiting area if you're waiting for one of your spa sessions to start. Walking all the way through the entrance to the spa area will get you to the fitness center. The fitness center area is enormous, with all of the treadmills, bikes, ellipticals, machine weights, free weights, exercise room that you could possibly imagine on a cruise ship. The Schooner Bar is Royal Caribbean's nautically themed bar that also serves as the piano bar and sing-along bar. The piano player will take requests, and of course, a small tip will be appreciated and will move your request to the front of the line. You also could find yourself helping out the entertainer like this lady did.
It's 9 o'clock on the Saturday. There it is. The crowd shuffles in.
The Shore Excursions desk is here to help you with any of your excursion planning. The Crown and Anchor Society is Royal Caribbean's loyalty program. The more that you sail on Royal Caribbean, the more perks that you'll get, and the staff here can help explain all that to you. The Focus Photo Gallery is where you'll go to check out the moments that the ship photographers have captured during your trip. It's all electronic, just tap your key card and follow the prompts on the screen. There are also camera and photo related accessories that you can purchase. You can also schedule a special photo session at the Picture This photo studio. The boardwalk is located at the rear of the ship on deck 6. This classic old-fashioned carousel will definitely catch your eye as you walk in. And this is a nice area that is fun for the entire family. And the carousel is complimentary and does operate most of the day. The Boardwalk Doghouse is a complimentary outdoor hot dog counter, serving a range of traditional hot dogs, brats, and sausages, along with a variety of toppings. Sugar Beach is all about the sweet tooth. This shop is stocked to the max with all the candy and ice cream and other sweets that you could possibly imagine. The Royal Caribbean Kids Shop is a great place to go if you're looking for some souvenirs for the little ones, or maybe some Royal Caribbean branded clothing. And you'll also find some snacks and some toys as well. You can step back in time into the 1950s at Johnny Rockets. Johnny Rockets features red booths, Formica counters, a jukebox, and of course, burgers, fries, and some of the best old-fashioned milkshakes that you can find. For lunch and for dinner, Johnny Rockets is a specialty restaurant at an additional charge, but for breakfast, they offer an American-style breakfast that is complimentary. Right next to Johnny Rockets, you'll find this kids climber. As you can see, this is a lot of fun for the younger aged kids. Maybe this is a good activity if their big brother or big sister are doing the rock climbing wall that's right in the same area. Or if mom and dad just want a little bit of a break and have those little ones burn up some energy. Playmaker's Bar is a sports bar and arcade. It offers wings, popcorn shrimp, sliders, and signature Playmaker burgers. Just like any traditional sports bar on land, you've got a ton of video screens playing sports all over the place. You've got some arcade games, you've got foosball, you've got pool, and you have eating space that is both inside and outside. At the very back of the ship, there are 2 rock walls. And as you can see, these are not little dinky things. This is a serious rock wall. Technically, these are on deck 7, but the only way you can get to them is through deck 6, so we're keeping them on deck 6 for purposes of this video. The Aqua Theater has seating for about 600, and this venue is completely unique to Royal Caribbean. They offer a high-energy show that involves spectacular acrobatics, amazing diving, and a lot of fun all around the pool. The Royal Theater has entrances on both decks 5 and 4. This is the place to go for the Broadway shows and the other big entertainment options. The Royal Promenade is the main street of every Royal Caribbean ship. It's got photo opportunity spots, a Starbucks, snacks, all day and into the night pizza, bars, nightclubs, shopping, street entertainment. There is almost always something happening on the Royal Promenade. At one end of the Royal Promenade, you've got Bolero's Lounge. This is the Latin bar and nightclub. You will usually find this place quite busy in the evenings with Latin music and dancing. The Royal Promenade has a standalone Starbucks. Now, it may not have all of the same drinks that a traditional Starbucks in the US would have, but it is a Starbucks in a true fashion with just a slightly smaller menu. Spotlight Karaoke is the karaoke bar. During the day, it may be used for some game shows or activities like that, but at nighttime, it turns into a karaoke bar. Bell and Barley is the authentic English pub. It offers a nice meeting place for pints, people, and musical performances. At Sorrento's Pizza, they're serving up hot, fresh pizzas from early in the day until late into the night. You just walk through the line and you can get a whole pizza for your family, or you can get it by the slice. Cafe Promenade is open 24 hours a day. It serves casual snacks, a selection of freshly brewed roasted coffee and pastries, and sandwiches can also be ordered at lunchtime. The Rising Tide bar actually moves while you're enjoying your beverage. It will travel from the Royal Promenade on Deck 5 up to Central Park on Deck 8. Each way takes about 30 minutes, or a round trip takes about an hour. So if you do want to try this experience, and it's definitely worth it, you do want to plan ahead. The Pesky Parrot is a Caribbean island themed bar. It specializes in fruit-based drinks made with rum, tequila, and gin. It's a really fun place to hang out, but you gotta be on the lookout for that pesky parrot.
I'll do the research. Another round, please.
Guest services is also located on the Royal Promenade on Deck 5. As a reminder, always try to get any business that you need to do with them done before the morning on that last day of the cruise. Because if you don't, you might end up getting stuck in a really long line like this one as you're wanting to get off the ship and get headed home. Next cruise is where you go if you're interested in getting some information about a future cruise while you're still on this cruise. And Royal Caribbean may give you some financial incentives if you're willing to commit to going on a future cruise before you get off your current cruise. The Royal Promenade has a number of different shopping opportunities. So you may want to take advantage of the opportunity to get some items tax-free that normally have a pretty significant tax back at home. If you need some assistance getting your Voom internet set up or doing a little troubleshooting, they have a desk on the Royal Promenade for you to get some service. There's also a port shopping desk that can give you some guidance on where to look for good deals when you go into the various ports. As we mentioned before, the Utopia is the second largest cruise ship in the world, and it has one main dining room. So it is enormous and it is amazing. But it's 3 levels. It covers decks 3, 4, and 5. 2 of the decks have traditional dining that's at a set time, and you're at the same table every night. The 3rd level has open seating without reservations, where you can just show up and ask for a table. This is great if you need some flexibility in your schedule, but please keep in mind that you're not guaranteed to get a seat right away, and you may end up having to wait a few minutes before you get that seat. The jogging track is on deck 5, and this has got to be the biggest jogging track that you will ever see on a cruise ship. Here's another entrance to the fitness center. It's about 2.4 laps to 1 mile. And there's lots of good signage if you're interested in doing a very specific distance. And whether that's true or not, there's lots of encouraging signage along the way to make you keep that exercise going. There are also a couple of hangout viewing areas off to the side of the jogging track that not that many people know about, so they tend to be pretty empty. The jogging track opens up as you go around the back of the ship, so you get some really nice views. The entertainment place is down on deck 4. The attic is the comedy club, and this is a really great venue for comedy. Reservations can be hard to get because the comedy shows are so popular. However, we stood at the end of that line that you saw and we got in no problem. The bar is open fast and furious before the show starts, but once the show starts, the bar is closed. We saw 2 comedians. They each did a set that was about 20 minutes, and they were both really good, and the crowd had a wonderful time. Royal Caribbean's Casino Royale, is also on deck 4. This is a really large casino, and if there's something that you want to do in a casino on a cruise ship, they're definitely going to have it. But I will say, we walked through here a few times during peak times, and it was really busy. Royal Caribbean has a non-smoking casino area that is completely separated from the main casino. So if you're interested in doing some gambling on your cruise, but you're sensitive to cigarette smoke, this is a place that you may really like. Studio B is probably most well known for its ice skating shows, and they are really good. But it is definitely a multi-purpose room, and here they're set up to play some bingo. As you can see, the seats are pretty much full. But again, the ice shows are really fun, and if you can make it, I would definitely encourage you to check it out. The Crown Lounge is for people who are very high up in Royal Caribbean's Crown and Anchor Society loyalty program. Utopia Station is a new specialty dining concept for Royal Caribbean. This immersive dining experience provides cruisers a unique opportunity to simultaneously take a virtual train trip and travel back in time. 2 built-to-scale train cars on the ship transport dining passengers back to the Old West. The journey is filled with surprises as bandits board the train and make their demands. The 90-minute dinner show is a fun and unique attraction that's ideal for families. Each of the 2 train cars only holds 24 diners, so with such limited seating, and even with 2 shows per night, the seats go really fast. Of course, no cruise would be complete without an art auction, and so all of the art is displayed on Deck 4 as well. Thank you for watching this full ship tour of Royal Caribbean's Utopia of the Seas. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to the channel, hitting that like button, and sharing this video with your fellow cruisers. And until next time, enjoy the adventure.